Welcome, one and all, to Novice DMing, a wonderful TTRPG actual play series for Vampire the Masquerade, where you are welcome, you are encouraged, and you are amazing. Just like two of these wonderful players here with us today, Kordell and Sami.
Yeah, I'm on this side of the table today.
Yeah, what's up?
Yeah.
Monica's not here today, and that means Sami takes Monica's seat.
I'd almost had like the start of the Transformers changing.
Fun fact, did you know the Foley artists created the transformation sound by putting dry ice inside an aluminum garbage can and swirling it around?
I did not know this.
Amazing.
It is so sick.
I was going to say, fun fact, if I do transform, I become Monica, and then I just see your skin peel off. Like, Edmonton's still happening, and so that's the vibe that my brain's at.
Mood.
I'd like, yes, please do the thing from 1982. Split your face open. I'm so glad to have you guys here, and I'm so glad you guys are here with us for yegVMP, our Vampire the Masquerade session. And yes, Monica is not here. Monica's not feeling good, but we obviously hope that Monica is feeling better soon, so that she can be back here with us when she is ready. That being said, we are going to be diving into a wonderful session, continuing off of our kind of downtime period that we were in last time, and it's great because Kordell, you were not with us. No, you get to experience what downtime feels like in Edmonton.
Oh God.
Before we do that, though, I do have just a couple of little things I wanted to share. No major shows that are coming up for myself for this month of November. It's going to be a good time of just kind of resting, recuperating, just all that kind of fun stuff. But I do have some fun stuff I do want to show off. And they're right behind me.
Ooh.
What? I promised there was going to be art, and I get to show it to you guys, so I'm going to do that quickly. My bones. Also, I'm not going to lie. I was thinking, hey, you know what's really great? I'm wearing sweatpants today just because I want to be comfortable. It's been a really stressful time, and no one's going to see them because I'm standing up and it's fine. Now, I don't know if people are, and I'm just showing off the thing I didn't know, but it's just like, whatever. I didn't think. Anyway, it's a casual day. Liam's being casual, but first I want to show off this wonderful art print that I got. This is actually a wonderful art piece that was made for me a few years back by the very talented Mary Landro, who's an artist here in Canada. They do comic book art, and it was made for me at Calgary Expo of my favorite Batman villain, Black Mask, and it is vandalized and signed. I don't know. I'm going to get as close as I can here. It's vandalized and signed by the one and only Troy Baker, who, if you guys know The Last of Us and Arkham Origins, he played the Joker for Arkham Origins, which is why I got him to vandalize and sign it, and this is one of the coolest things I fucking have in my collection. I'm so glad. And so thank you, Mary, for 3 years ago for making that, and then Troy recently getting it. And then this one I definitely have to bring down because of the glare, but this is something that was made by Micah Darlington. Micah has is a local artist. My brother bought this at a Ren fair to commemorate the Curse of Strahd campaign that you guys can be able to watch on Novice DMing. Noah was a part of that, and he bought this for me for my birthday, and I finally got to be able to actually hang it up. So this is being used for two reasons. One, I love my brother, and I'm very happy that he was able to get this to commemorate an awesome game. Two, go watch our Curse of Strahd campaign.
Woo!
Honor the art piece.
Honor the art.
Honor the art.
Art for life. You know who honors the art more than anyone?
Don't you dare.
The ink.
Don't. I like it immediately. How dare you?
Boom.
The ancient Incan Empire.
Yeah, they honor the art so good, and I can't be upset with them. I mean, I can. They're not watching the video right now, are they?
I mean,
Thanks. No thanks to colonizers.
I mean,
hey,
in
you know what?
spirit,
You know who the real enemy is? Colonizers.
Yeah, colonizers.
Yeah, mood.
Yeah, and you know who knows that? The ancient Inca Empire.
And many indigenous cultures around the world.
So many, India, Pakistan, all of them.
Yeah.
It's a wonderful world we live in, isn't it?
I see trees of green. No copyright.
Anyway, so yes, thank you so much to the wonderful artists who have made these wonderful pieces. I'm very glad and honored to have them here behind behind my DM screen. Yeah, and that's really the major thing I was going to say. But yes, so diving into our session, like our pre-stuff, we are talking about the desires that we have for our characters for today's game. For Kordell, you have shared that for your desire for Declan is to do what I need to do. It's perfect. If you don't understand what that is, you got to be watching the session. And every other session, why don't you do that?
Yeah.
And the other one that we have is for Penny, which is figure out a new job.
Mm-hmm. Get my life back on track.
And if you don't understand that one, you should watch last session.
Woo!
Love it. Oh my gosh, it's perfect.
We made choices.
Hey, choices were made.
Choices were made.
That was extra good because that piece of hair was in, and when you said choices, it like puffed off.
Choices that we're making.
Choices.
It's perfect.
A lot of choices are going to be made here, folks.
Mm-hmm,
Yes, exactly. Mm-hmm. And so yes, those are wonderful desires, you two. And I don't think there's anything else, any major announcements that you both have. I don't have anything else. But yeah, if there's nothing else to talk about, let us dive into our session today for yegVMP. We're back. When last we left off in the city of Edmonton, we were with Gertie and Penny. The two of you had been basically preparing yourselves for portions of downtime. For Gertie had been cooking the books for the entirety of the chop shop, staying at the kennel to basically recover from wounds that they had sustained over the course of the last basically 2 weeks. Gertie was not fully taking care of herself, and so was basically forcibly put on house arrest. Anyway, with that, she had cooked the books for the entire chop shop to make them more efficient in everything that they were doing, which was insane. Like, that was the best messy critical I've ever seen happen for Gertie, and we're absolutely so proud of her for that. Also had gotten a brand new motorcycle, which is also really great. But had also made the discovery that one of the dogs, the dog that they had brought to the veterinarian clinic did not survive, and Patty, when pressed on this by Gertie, reacted very, like, shockingly, like, not violently, but very aggressive in the kind of like having to make sure that Gertie accepted this, showing off her wolf and bear features.
Damn.
Because she can do whatever she wants.
Man-bear wolf.
Man-bear wolf.
Man-bear wolf.
Yes.
That one's not copyrighted.
Love it so much. I love that I was like on the theme of like dog stuff, and then I went to Mama Bear, and I was like, fuck. But you know what?
Mm-hmm.
You can do whatever you want as a gangrel.
You can.
You truly can be who you want to be.
You be wild and free.
Be wild and free. Like bears. With that,
Man-bear wolves.
we also had Penny. You had confronted the ghoul wraith specter of Gabriel in your backyard, to the point where you had almost had this ability to have a calling for the intention to bring oblivion, essentially, like this desire to bring oblivion to the city, wherever you are, but you rejected whatever this was, whatever that statement that Gabriel had been waiting forever, and he basically said you were a mistake, causing Gabriel to fly and now haunt your garage.
Hate when that happens.
They're haunting everyone in here.
Yep, and then you yourself had to go up to the review board for your therapist, like for your practice.
Licensing.
For your license, yeah. And you basically said that this is not where I'm going to be anymore.
You can't fire me if I quit.
Yeah, I'm going to leave, which we're in a very interesting position for. We've never had a vampire just straight up basically say, I'm not going to sustain the thing that I've dedicated my last few decades of life towards and continue to work at. But you went in not just with confidence, but with a clarity to this practice that was you embracing both your vampireness, but also furthering your own humanity. And that's where we were at the last session, where we ended off. And now I don't know if you've had time to actually look up what the humanity means for level 9 for yourself.
Level 9 humanity, y'all.
Damn.
Yeah. Have you or no?
No, I haven't.
Okay. Well, then let's all learn together.
Let's all learn. Listen and learn.
So, humanity 9. Vampires can appear human in other regards for themselves. What this means, blush of life is not necessary because you appear ill but not dead. So what that means is you do not need to make a rouse check to smoke, to drink, to sustain the idea that you are a human. You're fine. You heal superficial damage as a mortal in addition to vampiric mending. So vampiric mending is, again, you can open yourself up to the idea of re-sustaining yourself with rouse checks, but you will also be able to heal from it the same way that mortals do, which I believe is they recover. I have it written down, but I believe they recover after a certain point in time. It's a lot. Oh, I turned right over to it, I think.
Beautiful.
So for mortals, that's willpower. For damage, that's damage stuff. Conflict types. I love having 2 books for things. This one in particular, I might not have it written down for this, unless of course it is on a certain spot. Oh, here we go. Mortals recover a number equal to stamina at the start of a session. You would basically be able to recover yourself at the beginning of sessions for superficial damage, or you can remove it instantaneously with rousing your blood. So it's the idea of if you're in a tight situation, aggravated damage is still having to heal normally with that. You also can taste, eat, and digest rare or raw meat and many liquids. And you can rise from day sleep up to an hour before sunset if you wish, and likewise stay awake an hour after dawn. So yeah, you are efficiently much more human in presenting than normally. But yeah,
you built different.
Built different.
Also, torpor only lasts 3 days for you.
Ooh.
That's a lot better than last time.
That's a lot better than last time.
Yeah, man.
That's a lot better.
It's a lot better.
It's a lot better.
So yeah, that's where you're currently at.
Cool.
Here's the thing. You and Gertie seem to, for the last little bit of your downtime, be having things be going pretty well for you. I'm not gonna lie, you guys were, things were beginning to actually, I don't know, it's almost kind of have this hopefulness and growing of certainty, solid foundations, and really kind of beginning to regain things. Gertie gets a motorcycle back that she threw at people and destroyed. You are now finding that certainty with now allowing your fangs to retract and go as you please.
Authenticity, bitches.
There is unfortunately one person that is not at that place right now. Declan. Hi. I want to know, and I think I just want to know exactly after your time with Cass, you exchange early with her. You're present to her. You have this now Batman kind of a necklace she's given you. I want to know where you're at. I want to know what your mind's at, especially after everything that you've experienced and the difficulty, coming back home in isolation. You know a phone call is coming up soon, and it's a phone call from Arnold Martin. I want to just know though where you are at before that phone call happens.
I think he Declan goes back to his place, and he takes, knowing the time, knowing like kind of what his hours are, he's expecting, I think, the call kind of the early like night, late evening from Arnold. So I think before all of that, he just takes probably even like a solid hour and a half just down in his basement, absolutely tearing into the heavy bag that he has hanging there. He is like by the end of it, I pictured that like you can see the stuffing coming out of it. After that, he goes up to his desk, takes out a piece of like paper and writes a letter down, like a note. Writes it all, finishes it, looks at it, writes a little PS, does that, gets it ready, puts it like in a little envelope, sticks it in his jacket, and just really starts to think about what to do next. And I think he's going to look at a few different things that I'll keep vague. I think he also makes a phone call. Once I can find the name.
Yeah.
He is going to call Carson Davies.
Carson Davies.
Yes, the Nosferatu specialist.
Yeah.
And he would call or text, whichever one works best for Carson.
Yeah.
Because he does have something that he wants to ask about for a possible purchase.
You got it. Phone call works absolutely. And you get up on the horn, and essentially it goes through the goes through the lines, and Carson picks up the phone. Hey,
Oi, Carson.
Oh, I know this voice when I hear it. How are you?
Absolute fucking shit.
That's a shame.
It is, but it could be very good for you. I'm looking for the possibility of purchasing or maybe getting like a specialty order of something from you.
Specialty order.
I'm looking for basically, I wanted to know how much, if possible to get this. First, if possible to get this, how much it would be, and if I could get 2 rounds of ammunition from you.
Is it stillness? Rounds of ammunition.
Yes.
I mean, what kind of rounds of ammunition are we talking about? Are we talking about like, simple stuff? What are you talking about? I got shotguns.
I'm looking for dragon's breath.
There's a silence on the end of the phone that is just like, I'm going to give you an address. You're going to come over to this address. You're not going to call me. You're just going to come. You got it?
Absolutely.
Tomorrow night. You got it?
Absolutely.
Hang up.
Yeah, so he does that, waits for the text.
Yeah. A text comes from a separate number.
Yeah.
Totally separate number comes up. You get an address that is sending you kind of like, it's setting you up essentially, like not exactly downtown Edmonton, but it is past kind of like the northwest side of it. Like you're going a little bit back into some, like away from the main central downtown areas, but you're traveling like up northwest, not necessarily right to West Edmonton Mall, but you're going into an area that's kind of like secluded, kind of business oriented plaza spaces. Yeah, you're going pretty far up. So yeah.
Also at this point, because this would be the night, I believe that the tickets for Cass were a few days from the actual birthday, or like a week or something.
Yeah.
So I think with that, again, before the Arnold thing, I'm going to text Cass and just basically be like, hey, I have some business I need to take care of. I was wondering if I could leave a letter at your place, and if I am unable to get back to you by, I'll say, like 2 days before you leave on your trip, means I got caught up in business. Could you deliver it to an address for me? If not, I'll come back and I'll pick it up and I'll take it myself.
Yeah, it takes a little while for just Cass to get back to you. She's she's current, I believe. Oh no, yeah, this is the day before her birthday.
Yeah.
So yeah, she's able to give you, because yeah, it's October 31st, like early morning. But yeah, she texts you back and lets you know. Yeah, of course. Yeah.
Perfect. Thank you. Love you.
Once you do that, as you text "love you," the call comes in.
We'll pick it up.
Arnold is on the other line and just says, hello, is it possible for me to speak with you in person immediately?
Yeah, absolutely, Mr. Martin. Did you want to meet somewhere? Or did you just want to come down to my office?
If I can come to your office.
Yes, absolutely.
He hangs up. If there's nothing that you kind of prep yourself for beforehand, he comes right away.
Yeah, I think just because of the little voices in the back of his head, the one thing that he does as a precaution for himself is he sets up his shotgun under the desk. Not wanting to and hoping it won't come to it, but there's multiple voices at this point telling him and like kind of like feeding into the like almost like the doubts and the worry, and so it's just kind of him being like, all right, I'm ready, and going and just like literally putting it on the hooks that he has underneath the desk and just all right.
When Arnold comes to your office, he's distraught, he's confused. His main concern in everything that he talks to you about, because it's all kind of like, again, mixing with the voices and concerns, that caution of like, when is there a time to action at any point? When he is talking, he is just asking, how is this possible? Like, what happened to him? Like, what did you see? Who did this to Keith? Did you see exactly?
Sadly, I didn't. I only saw the aftermath. I was with an associate of mine. We had a business meeting that we were at. I got a ping. Saw the credit card being used in the general area, and knew that.
Or the debit card.
Yes, the debit card. Sorry, saw the debit card being used in the area, and knew that this would be the best chance of finding your son. And so I merely jumped into my vehicle. My associate was still with me. We went to the area, couldn't find him in where the actual ping was. I did as much of a canvas of the area as I could, and I found him in the alley. I will say the specific alley, like the area where I found him. Found him there. Saw that he had gotten into something. I will say I saw there were 2 dogs, like stray dogs nearby. Doesn't look like what I saw. Does not look like it was a dog attack. But it looks like something had happened. I saw the blood. I saw him. My only thought was getting him to a medical facility, getting him to a hospital. And I put him in my car as gently as I could. Royal Alex was the closest I could. Called you the moment I was able. Obviously happy that we were able to find him. I'm truly sorry, and I truly wish that I would have been able to find him sooner, or at least in a better state than what had happened.
I'm going to have you make a roll here.
Yeah.
The roll that you're going to do is going to be a charisma, and I'm going to say subterfuge for the sake of this. It is subterfuge mainly because it is the omission of...
Oh yeah, I'm only telling him one person.
Exactly.
There.
There's an omission of Gertie's involvement in this.
Okay. It's only if there's 2 criticals that it counts as a critical, correct?
Yes.
Okay, then that is just 3 successes.
3 successes. Okay.
Yeah.
With 3 successes, Arnold takes this information in, listens to it, and from your understanding of this man, it's kind of funny. He seems very distant from this.
Mhm.
You feel like, especially like kind of like that, like kind of like as you're talking to him, there was confidence and coolness towards him, that his focus is not on your involvement in this, but more to the nature of
What happened?
who did this.
Yeah.
And that's when the flip happens, and he says, I know that you found my son, and I do know, like, I know his friend Lewis is currently still missing. I don't know if whoever hurt Keith has done something to Lewis or will. I know that his parents are going to want to know where he is, and I know I've asked your services already for this, and I want to know. I will pay you what you need. I will pay you what I can. We're just wondering if you can find the people who did this to my son.
I will tell you honestly, I do genuinely want to find the people responsible. I do not know if I'll be able to do work for the next couple weeks. I have a personal matter. What I can do is, in the time being, I can give you names of people that I know that might be able to help as well. And if I come back and this is still not done, I would be happy to take it pro bono at that point. But I'm afraid that I have a family emergency happening. And I am honestly, I was planning on leaving to go deal with it sooner, but I didn't want to leave without first talking to you because of this as well. And I know that this is not what you're looking for, but you do not need to pay any more than what you already have. The bits that you've done, I do not need the final payment. I didn't do what I set out to do. I found him. I wanted to find him better. As I said, I can definitely get you the names of other investigators that might be able to do. I can even give you the information that I have currently if you wanted to take it to the police themselves. But as a family man yourself, family is important, and I need to do what I can to make sure that my family is okay.
I understand. Thank you. Yes, I'll take the names.
Yes. Yeah, I'll look for any other investigators. I'm sure there's been some that I've at least ran into. Any names that I have of those, or even if there's anyone on the police department that's a specific contact I've had.
Sure. And
I will give that info to Arnold.
Great.
And
make a wits insight check.
Yeah, absolutely. Those are and insight. Okay, so 6, 8, 10, 10, 10. So I believe that would be
no hunger dice.
It's one of the hunger is a critical.
Oh.
And the other hunger is a normal.
That's
failure.
fine. That's fine. But messy critical with 7 successes then.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
You write the names down. You turn, and as you give the paper off, something in you connects, primally to him. You can sniff out with an individual when their intentions are like with the basic level success, you could tell this man was going to maybe even pursue the idea of doing something himself, like really committing to himself. You clue into a primal understanding that this man has his blood rushing. He's quieter now, which is usually an intention of the idea of doing something violent. This looks like a man who is going to hunt and across the city to find who did this himself. He will go and probably contact these people, and he will make it known like what's going on. But he is like on a small white collar man's warpath now.
I think when I click that and when I hand him the card, I'll just say, we've only known each other for a short while, but I want to remind you something that you already know.
What?
Your son, right now, needs a father more than anything. Make sure that he has that father. Thank you, Mr. Martin.
You see that, like you, again, seeing someone who is violently intentional, almost like called out. And you almost see it the minute that candle is lit, you blow it away. And he walks away a little changed in that moment, not having someone see him that deeply. And you let him leave. And now we focus now on what the next few steps are. You get the address. The next day, you are going to be seeing Carson. So, anything that you do for prep for this meeting?
This one, honestly, no. I am just going in. This is a situation where, funny enough, I know that this is more of a dangerous situation than what just happened. But I also know that this is a situation where the trust and honesty is the most important thing.
Yeah.
And so I'm going in. I'm not even taking my weapons in with me. I am going in.
Hell yes.
Completely unarmed, except for my hands.
Yeah.
And just going to be like, no, I'm just going to go in. Also, I remembered something, so I'm going to quickly add it to my note.
Sure. Sure. Mm-hmm. As you do that, you begin to arrive at this essentially. I'm trying to remember. It was a clock repair. It was a repair shop that we basically established was in the phone book that they could pick up for your actual clock before. Because these are the same motherfuckers that did that. Yeah. You go to this like exterior repair shop where you just kind of like walk in. It's like a bunch of knickknacks. Like it's like literally kind of a maze to walk through of this like little tight plaza space. And as you go in, you see this old woman working at the counter who is like brown skin, like curly hair, like kind of done up, but she's also got like tattoos on her, like that kind of old gangster shit. Yeah. And she looks at you kind of thing, wearing like a lot of bedazzled bangles and stuff, like says, Hello, dear. What can I do for you?
I actually believe that I have a appointment with Mr. Davies.
Mr. Davies?
Yes.
Mr. Davies is out right now, at the moment. Give me 1 second. Let me just see if I can follow up. She goes like under the counter kind of thing. Just kind of looks.
I'll just look at the clocks. And like whatever's around is like literally just like kind of like looking and being like, oh, that's a nice one.
Yeah, 100%. You're like looking at security cameras and stuff like that. You see her goes like, what was it in particular that you were looking to get fixed by Mr. Davies?
I was actually looking for a custom order possibility.
Custom order?
Yes.
As this conversation is happening, you hear like a door open to the side and you see like another muscled kind of white boy standing with a vest and stuff tatted up as well, like kind of like eyeing you, slicked back black hair, and she says, custom order, okay. Nice. Yeah. let me see. And she pulls out like a book of a bunch of appointments and stuff.
While
like
she's
that.
doing
So
that,
she's
can
writing stuff.
I quickly heighten senses and listen and see if I can hear heartbeats from both of them?
100%. Connecting in heartbeats wise, you listen in and there is a sense of heartbeats on both of them, but you can feel there's almost like there's something else pulsing behind that.
Okay.
I'm gonna say give me a occult. Yeah, I'm gonna say. Well, you know what? You can do either an occult or medicine check. Oh, you know what? Here we go. This is gonna be interesting.
Okay. Interest me.
I want to do it. Yeah, you know what? We're gonna do an occult and wits check.
Okay.
And you can add your heightened senses, like your dots to your heightened senses for this too.
Okay, perfect. So that's also there. Oh yeah, that's 2 successes.
2 successes.
From I believe that was 2 successes from 6 dice.
Brother. Okay. Damn, brud. I'm sorry. Okay. So, with that, let me just see here because I want to make sure I got that right. So for 2 successes,
Not a lot.
you detect you detect that they are definitely alive.
Okay.
There is some kind of like alteration when it comes to like the state of their life. You cannot fully pinpoint it.
Yeah, I can't. But it seems to me like they are not, like, for lack of a better connection, they're not as mortal or as normal as Cass.
Yeah.
There's obviously something else.
There's something else with them.
I think with that, then I think I'll look to the lady and I'll be like, obviously you're looking through your stuff. I don't know if it helps. The custom order that I had called about was an item known as a dragon's breath. Yeah, no. It's looking like right now we do have a special processing for individuals with that particular custom order. So if you'd be able to follow our lovely Donovan here, Donovan will be able to take you just down for that processing. Donovan, nice to meet you.
Hi. And you see just like a gold, like kind of like a grill, kind of like on
I'll look back to her and just, thank you very much for your assistance.
You're welcome.
And I will follow Donovan.
She's just kind of watching you across the way. You notice that one of her hands never left below the counter. You walk into the side room with Donovan, and as he begins to kind of walk into this kind of tight space, and then he goes to this you're in a tiny little office room, which would like totally be fine with like filing cabinets and stuff. Then you see he literally picks up those like 2 filing cabinets, moves them both to the side, and just right behind there he goes to like a lower metal door that's like 4 feet up. It opens, and then you duck under, and there's a room that is low lit. As you enter, you come to a back space where there are 3 other guys right now. 2 of them strapped to the nines with guns and bandoliers in a low, like kind of like blue, kind of light red, like blue light space where they are just like hit with like body armor vests. And this other gentleman comes up towards you where he's got like kind of like a half hawk, like a, what is it, faux hawks?
Yeah. And
looks at you and just immediately says, "Arms up."
Oh yeah, of course.
And just immediately starts to pat you down as Donovan is looking at you.
As he does that, I think the one thing I will say is I will actively, because the one thing that I don't leave behind is my dad's pocket knife that he gave me. So I will say as a guy going, if in my left boot is my father's pocket knife. If you're looking for like weapons and stuff,
sure.
That is
goes right inside of the boot, takes it out, and you see the 2 guys with the guns just kind of go. and they just put it in a small little box that they put right to the side, detecting still heartbeats and everything. Everybody here's got one except the guy patting you down.
Okay.
He's the only one that you're like, there's nothing there.
Yeah.
As he pats you down, kind of like gives you a sniff and says, come on down below.
Right.
And you begin to walk past like a small little like corridor where there's a door tied to the wall. You begin to go, the door's open to you. There's a set of steps. And down from the steps, you see a bunch of like greenish blue light coming from it. And it's just like hard metal steps going down.
Okay. Yeah. I'll follow them down.
Ching, 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 ching. You begin to walk down the steps. And down below, you see a room full of monitors. No natural light coming into this space. There are guns set up. There's armories, gun lockers, bullets kind of around, like you're looking at like a giant magnifying glass that has like what is it called? It's like one of those like ring lights.
Oh yeah.
Like turned on right now, and there's currently like someone like working like a electric kind of set of pliers working, kind of singeing some stuff, like sealing some kind of like little contraptions just together on like some fine tight metals on this weird kind of fucking like sinister looking weapon. And around here there's like no other people, but you can see the monitors are essentially looking like street camera light, like cameras, all of which some are into the store and some of them are like covering street areas, and it almost looks like the entire district. Maybe even in other key locations that are downtown Edmonton. Like it's like there's a couple of computers that are set up to be watching other spaces. The feed sometimes fuzzes in and out on them, but you are entering this room, and what you see before you is kind of a square-headed individual who's got this kind of like almost pear-shaped body. He's short, like long, giant arms, but it's almost like he's got like bumps and like patches, like skin tags on him. His body is wrinkled, but almost as if scarred from burns and stuff. Their eyes are currently wearing like kind of like these welding kind of like amplified goggles, and you can also tell that his legs are just what is it called? They're just like almost like malformed, but like heavy set legs. And just currently working on the contraption, you see Carson Davies, which is kind of like sharpened teeth, this kind of like burned, scarred smile, just like, coming for a custom order then, are you?
Absolutely. I mean, you're the only person I could think who would be able to get something like this.
Well, Irish. And he spins around the chair, pulls up the goggles, and you just kind of see his kind of like ghostly white eyes looking at you as the faux hawk vampire kind of steps and walks just to the corner of the room. He goes, you have any idea how risky it is to make an order like that over the fucking phone?
Honestly, I'm not really much of a phone guy, so...
God damn it!
Yeah.
Do you know who's ordering dragon rounds like these days? Do you know anybody? Most orders are going off into Sherwood Park in that fucking suburbanite place with a bunch of hunters going around.
Fair enough.
Fair fucking enough. And you just see him starts to roll himself in his rolly chair going around. I gotta tell you something. I've been getting all of a bunch of shit trashed on me before. Getting you fucking finding like a goddamn like just getting any kind of shit, technical or otherwise, like flamethrowers and shit. Like that kind of stuff is a different kind of certification. That kind of stuff is high-end fucking class, if you understand what I'm talking about. I could get you an M16 or fucking, I don't know, like a goddamn rocket launcher with a little bit less problems than I would be getting anything that's just like fucking incendiaries.
That's okay. That's fair. And I apologize. You're right. Phone was a bad idea. I should have just messaged you or called you and asked that I wanted to meet in person and talked about it then. I will say this. It doesn't have to be Dragon's Breath. I just want something that if I point it at one of the motherfuckers who's threatening me or someone that is important to me, and I want them to get hit, and I want them to possibly stay down.
Well, see, that's the thing. I've got the dragon's breath route, and you see it goes over to a locker. She opens it up with a little light, like it just pulls a light, like a underneath a light, or like one of those like little flick things.
Yeah.
Shows it, and there's shotgun shells, regular incendiary bullets. Like he's got all the shit. I've got the shit. I just need to know what the fuck your reason is for it. Because these aren't some regular home defense shit.
No. I have, for lack of a better term, turned the heads of a certain someone that I don't trust. Certain someone like you and me and Fohawk over there. And I don't give a shit about myself. Honestly, I've been around for, 26 years like this. If someone put one of these into me, I've been waiting for that for all 26 years. But there are two people in this city that I've had the unfortunate situation of actually liking. And I don't want them to have to deal with this. So I'm looking for 2 rounds that can fit. And I pull out like a little piece of paper and I'm just like, can fit either a Glock 22, a Desert Eagle, probably just those 2. Because I need to make sure that they are safe.
From what? From who? Because this is the thing. You can talk about not caring about your own life and trying to protect other people. My concern in terms of this is simple. This kind of stuff getting out, people start looking for it. People start wondering, oh, how the fuck did somebody get this kind of incendiary shit in the first place? Because there are people who will care about that. They don't care maybe about the lives of others, because why the fuck would you do that in the first place? Mm-hmm. But what I get to be concerned about is when it starts ruining and interrupting my enterprise.
That's fair. You are a businessman.
So
you seem like a pretty well-connected individual. And I point to like all the monitors. You know what happened in the city, correct?
I mean,
yeah,
I can take a guess sometimes, but it's an educated one.
That's fair.
It's important to educate yourself.
Have you heard of the group on the outskirts of town called the Caller?
Let me see here. He just starts going inside of some files. Collar. Ah, here we go. Okay. You're talking about some kind of motorcycle crew and everything?
Yes.
Yeah, of course I got stuff. I give them parts. I give them stuff. What do you think? You get submachine guns from just anywhere? Nah, I give those guys rifles. Fun fact, though, they actually don't touch that stuff. I found out there was a time that they cut me off in terms of supplies. Turns out they've been going with basic standard hunting stuff. But yeah, Collar, I know these guys from a past time.
That's fair. It would be them.
Oh, fuck. Okay.
Yes.
So wait a second. You're getting 2 rounds of ammunition to fight off an entire motorcycle gang?
I'm not wanting to fight them off. I'm just, again, wanting to make sure that 2 people have at least a head start if needed. If, depending on the price, I could purchase more from you, but I know that you're the businessman. And to be quite honest, I have seen your work and I respect and appreciate the work you do. And I don't want you to get into shit because of this shit.
I got you. Okay. I see what you're doing here. Okay. Perfect. I understand. Here's what I'm going to do for you. Listen. You've been pretty nice to me, Irish. You've been giving me the stuff that you've been giving me attention. And hey, I hope your friend's clock is working great.
I think so, actually.
Here's the thing. He goes back over into the thing. He goes in and he pulls out 2 things for yourself. First, he pulls out a single dragon round to go with the Desert Eagle itself. Gives that to you. The other thing he grabs is it's not in the locker. He grabs on the shelf, and in a small little box, a Gideon Bible and the holy water. And he puts it on top. He says, I'm going to tell you this right now. I'm not going to ask for you to give me payment. Because the thing is, I don't like to take money off of a dead man. So here's what I'm going to say. I give you this for free so you can end your troubles with you as simply as possible. And I give you this so you can make yourself right with, I don't know if you believe in God. If you got other things, I think I got a couple other ones. But if you want to take a different route, you can just swallow this up and burn yourself up on the inside. I recommend that you truly believe that this will actually hurt you, because that's the only way it can possibly work.
Honestly, Carson, I appreciate it. And I'll just put my hand forward to shake his hand.
Takes it off. Now, here's the thing. Some of my colleagues would very much like to know exactly where they could be able to find any, what is it called? If you are in need of someone to take care of your house, in case you're passing and would like things not to be found, I can give you these numbers and you can call them in advance, and then they can make the arrangements, or you can put them in your will, because then they have no problem taking money and everything else away from a dead man. I just personally like to send off an old fellow lick off in peace.
I kind of clasp his hand as well, and I think the one thing that I have, I'm going to just double check here, make sure I'm giving the right thing. I hand over a cassette tape.
Okay.
And I hand it over and I go, don't take money, but music really helps, even when you don't have a soul. This one's just for you.
Put it in the boombox then. He goes over to his boombox. He opens up the small little cassette player, pops it in, turns it on.
And it's just Rage Against the Machine. And I'll grab the stuff and head out with, I'm assuming Fohawk takes me back up.
100%. You're escorted.
Yeah, get the knife back.
You walk out back through the repair shop, and you just hear the old woman behind say, you get your order?
Thank you. And I'll go into a pocket and I'll put a little Lindor chocolate on the counter, and then I'll walk out.
She takes it and puts it right down beside her, right next to a sawed-off shotgun that she had her hands on the entire time. And you begin to walk out. And from there, we'll find out where you're going up next in a little bit. But we are going to take a break right now, and then we're going to be seeing the lives of these two during the rest of the downtime coming up.
Beautiful.
Yeah. We're back. Penny.
Hello.
Declan.
Oi.
We're 3 days in. We continue our focus now for you guys in your downtime activities, to be prepping yourself, to be figuring out what the next steps of your lives are going to be. And Penny, for yourself, that's looking for work.
Yep. Penny's got a couple big questions she needs to solve right now. The first one is, what do I do now with my life and career now that I'm not a therapist? How do I gain money? How do I keep up the mask? What? Her other big question that she has for herself is, how do I make this Grim Reaper thing work for me? How do I make this feeding style work for me? Because I never want to be in the position where I'm that hungry again that I open myself up to a potential blood bond. So that's a big thing. She's like, what happened also to my friends? I wonder how Declan's doing. I don't know if I can focus on that right now. Also, I I need to find a way to deal with the friggin' ghost that lives in my garage now, who also hates me. It's not just that there's a ghost and he's here now. It's a ghost and he's here and I did a bad and now he hates me.
I was like, I have open memoriam and maybe I could use it. I don't know if I wanted to do it.
Right? I was like, she chickened out. Because she wasn't trying to summon him. She was trying to summon Anna.
Mm-hmm.
But that's not how that works, clearly. And so she's got this blood bond. She's considering, and especially after everything that has gone down with the kid who got his arm ripped. Names, I'm good at them.
Yeah. Hey, both of us are good at them. And that's why I know that kid's name is Keith.
Yep.
Keith Martin.
Yeah. And his friend. Lewis.
Right? So, like, she's also got this whole thing of, like, how does she keep herself safe from Sebastian? Because she's just kind of been living in denial about that, but now she's got this fucking I'm sorry. Bleep. Ghost.
Fucking ghost. It is a fucking ghost. I'm sorry. Sammy, where did you thought we weren't? What? Can I ask?
This is a goddamn specter of the undead.
I want to answer all the questions. I need to ask my own quick question.
Yes.
Why did you need to censor yourself in this fucking cat?
Because I wasn't sure if there was a rating on the live play.
I swore multiple times before the break.
I like how that. I like having that because it's kind of like if with the swear. I literally had Carson Davies, and the one thing we know about this guy is he's a Nosferatu. The second thing we know is he fucking swears. And what I love about that is it's just like, I love how you think that I press yes, this is for kids on the YouTube buttons.
You can find all of the yegVMP on YouTube Kids.
Hey, and you're probably seeing our recommendations along with Ms. Rachel. They watch Ms. Rachel and then they watch...
You know what? I'd rather us be recommended Miss Rachel from this than like Coco Melon.
That's what I mean. That's what I mean.
Yeah.
So, she's a wonderful woman. I love it. And I appreciate that you thought that it was...
I wasn't sure. I couldn't remember in my brain. And maybe I'm just really being Penny. Maybe I'm just really channeling
Sammy Silver,
right now.
forever wholesome. And that's, yeah.
10 out of 10, forever wholesome.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
So you got a lot on your mind, hey.
Yeah, so I got this fucking ghost in my garage. God damn ghost.
Goddamn specter
So with all
of
these
the
things,
undead.
Penny, like I gave you like before last session, we talked about the idea of like potential options for yourself, like financially looking at it. You were academically looked at it. There was this idea that you could maybe find a line of work, but if truly I want to know exactly like for yourself is the goal, especially for yourself, because you are embracing more of this idea of being this monster. You're looking to embed yourself more into not Camarilla, but you're embedding yourself in vampire society, looking to dive deeper into the masquerade itself.
Yeah, and so Penny's kind of weighing her options of like, do I go Camarilla? Do I go Anarchs? Do I stay independent? Should I try joining up with the Collar? Should it just be like Declan and Gertie and I? Like she's weighing her options because up till this point, her MO was very much run and hide. Like repress, atone, give humans back their lives after spending so many hundreds of years taking human life. Is kind of what and now she's at this place where it's like her own denial can't continue anymore. Like she's dead. And I think she's even been spending the last couple days just like really like looking in the mirror, not the silver ones, but just looking in the mirror and like fangs out, fangs in, fangs out, fangs in, and just being like, I'm dead. I died. I'm not human. I'm not alive. And so I think she's really doing that. she's got a whole bunch of notebooks out. She's got thumbtacks and strings. She is the Pepe de Silva meme. There is no Pepe de Silva. The man does not exist.
Right.
I think she's landed on something.
Okay.
So it's mostly like, her thoughts are, how do I keep myself safe? Where's my life going now? How do one of her number one priorities is also like, how do I resolve this feeding issue? How do I learn to be a vampire? Because up to this point, she's like, how do I keep pretending to be a human? Has been sort of her mindset. But now she's like, how do I be a vampire? Mm-hmm. She kind of feels like a big dumb baby. And so her thoughts around that are all coalescing. And I think she's going to make a change in her career. And she's going to consider becoming a death doula.
Okay. For those of them at home and me, what's a death doula?
So it's kind of similar to like a birth doula, where like it is basically like a life coach / external privately hired support. So a birth doula is someone, I think it's not quite the same as a midwife, because a midwife actually like works with the birthing process and does deliveries. Whereas doulas are more like, they're there for emotional support for the mother as she is like experiencing the pain, especially like people who want to do natural births with no epidurals and everything. So that's like a birth doula. So a death doula is a similar thing, but it is just for end of life. So it is someone who is a non-medical professional, so they're not hired by the medical system.
I see.
But what they do is they're privately hired to provide end-of-life advocacy, end-of-life care and support. They will sometimes help families and individuals navigate the funerary system, help them ensure their wills are in place. Their job is not to like recommend care and treatment options.
Got you. Their
job is to like advocate for patient wellness, and they also oftentimes do, even after the passing of the individual, they will offer grief support assistance to the families who have hired them.
I see.
Yes.
This is very interesting to me. So I do want to have you make a roll on this.
Yes.
Mainly because I will tell you my own experience of things with this, but I'm going to say I'm going to let you make the choice, particularly to have you advertise yourself. This is going to be based on, I'm going to say, and you can choose, intelligence or manipulation, and technology versus streetwise.
Okay. So either way, it's just going to be 3 dice, because I have no technology, I have no streetwise. I have 3 intelligence, I have 3 manipulation.
Great, but this is going to be the quality in which I want to know the combination of what you're doing here.
Okay.
So I do want to know what you're deciding, because it's like, again, people at home, whenever people are saying this, and it's like, you know, the equivalent of like Dungeons and Dragons, where you're doing like history and arcana, and it's the same dice. Right. It's not about the value for me. It's about knowing what you are committing to, because I want to know what kind of information I can give you. In this particular case, I want to know how you are working your advertising feature for yourself as an individual of this. But before you can even like do the marketing for yourself, like your own bio, it's essentially you have to figure out the market you're doing. So what I'm basically asking is, are you canvassing or are you going online? And are you doing this from that knowledge of yourself within this kind of field, or are you going from the emotional strings? Are you going for the personal side? Are you, again, manipulating people? And that's the question I want to know first, and how you approach that.
So I was hoping that I could potentially even draw on some of these backgrounds, merits, and flaws that I have.
100%.
I do have one single ally still in my life.
One ally.
A one Mr. Colin Baines, who has 2 dots in reliability and 2 dots in effectiveness. Under contacts, I also have 1 dot for medical community.
Okay, so which of those two would you like to exact on for your death doula development?
So I think it happens more organically. I think it is. I would pursue the intelligence technology angle.
Great. Intelligence and technology. Wonderful.
Yep. So that's the angle. But I think as part of her process of trying to figure out her next steps, and especially like coming to terms with like, oh, I'm not a therapist anymore. Because other things that Penny considered, and just Penny, not Sami specifically.
Sure.
Notes include independent office, ? Penny Declan duo detective biz. Join the collar, ?
Why does everybody want to join the collar so bad?
Because the collar fucking slaps.
I know. Dole's great. Beverly's hot. I get it.
Price is adorable. How dare. But how to feed efficiently. Finish research paper on vampires? ? Sell psych research to vampires? ? Learn more about kindred society. How to stay safe around other kindred. Research grants, authorship, self-help books, coaching, consultant, work from home, personal coach, spiritual advisor, graveyards keeper, coroner, death doula. So I think Penny has already gone through all of this like internal, and then she's like, oh man, like, and she's like, yeah, I've got contacts, like I've got people like who could recommend me, people who know I'm good at what I do. And then she sort of realizes like, oh, I'm gonna have to tell Colin. I'm gonna have to tell Colin what happened. So I think as part of these steps to like finalize, like, is this a good idea? Should I do it? I gotta do something. And also like, she's very much embracing this idea of not running and hiding from things anymore, and like embracing honesty more. She is going to phone her good friend Colin Baines
100%.
and ask if he would like to meet up
For a coffee.
Meet you anytime you want.
Yeah, so you call Colin, you make the active decision to call him, and of course he says, yeah, he'll be able to make the time to meet you. Do you go to like a coffee shop, cafe, like where do you want to end up meeting him?
Can we specifically say it's Block 1912 on White Ave?
We can specifically say it is Block 1912 on
not
White
paid
Ave.
sponsorship. I just love Block 1912.
And you know what? Me too. So yeah, you go to Block 1912 on White Avenue. You see Colin order one of their wonderful assortment of baked goods, as well as like kind of a large cup of like a latte, which is wonderfully, perfectly steeped as well. And you get a dog shit coffee.
Yeah,
we have to balance it. We're not sponsored.
No.
There's a balance.
It's a London fog and there's too much foam.
There's too much.
There's too much London.
Too much London in that
Too much
fog.
London.
In that fog. There's not enough fog in that drink. So Colin is there with you, and then you kind of like, I just want to know how you break the news to him as he's mid-bite. Mid-cake bite.
Mid-cake. It's like a very flaky, like croissant, like scone.
I mean, I said cake, but if you want to change it to a scone.
That's true. That's very
As he's taking a fork into a scone. Because he's that guy.
It can be a cake. It can be a cake.
Let me have this. I just want to have cake so bad.
Perfect. Is it tiramisu?
Sure.
I know how much you love tiramisu.
Sure. Let's do it.
So, there's something I need to tell you. I'm certain this news would have reached you sooner rather than later, and I think it's important that I tell you this myself. I am no longer going to be practicing psychology. Colin, water? Could we get a water? Thank you so much. Yeah.
What?
There was an incident, and I was put under the board of reviewers.
All right. What kind of incident exactly? Like,
I allowed a certain patient to get the best of me, and I was deeply triggered.
All right.
And reacted. I didn't gently walk him.
Was it Dougie?
Yes.
I mean,
yes, it was Dougie.
Well, of course, like you've told me about Dougie. It seems like I've understood. Like the entire process has been very trying for yourself and like opening up a lot of like hardship for you. But I'm certain that it's like the review board would probably just want to like know exactly what the follow up is. Like I'm certain they could have like done that. If you want me, I can speak with them. I know.
Colin, thank you. It's really kind of you. It is. It wasn't so much that my skills were being called into question or my methods, but I realized that I didn't want to fight for it. I was under review, and the fact that I didn't have the impulse to fight tooth and nail to hold on to my practice revealed something about me that I haven't been able to admit for a really long time. I'm not happy, Colin. And I thought I was happy, but really I was trying to be what I thought I was supposed to be, and I was trying to be what I thought the world needed. But I wasn't maybe doing it for the right reasons, and I maybe wasn't really doing it for the patients, and they deserve better than that. They deserve someone who actually cares, not just someone who feels compelled to fix things.
Well, I understand that, of course, and you do deserve to be happy. Like, you deserve to be as happy as you can be. I mean, I wish you told me this earlier. I could have been able to find something to help out, I guess, but no.
I just wanted to say thank you. Thank you for believing in me. And thank you for always being a good friend and an incredible advisor. And really, I do feel as though every patient I did help was an extension of you. And, you know, you saw goodness in me when most other people didn't. And I had a hard time even seeing it in myself. But I realized you know how we put so much focus on making meaning in trauma recovery and those sorts of therapies, and really trying to help our patients come to their own conclusions about what they want their lives to look like, and really we want to help enlighten and empower them so that they can live the life they want to live. And I just realized that there's still a heaviness, and there's still just that grief. That grief that's always there, that processing that's always there, and sometimes there's profound changes and there's profound growth, but sometimes you open those wounds, sometimes you go into those memories, sometimes you look at those ghosts and they haunt you and they pop up in your garage and they throw wrenches at you every time you try to go in and offer them. Metaphor.
I kind of was losing the metaphor on that. A ghost throwing wrenches at you? Is that like?
Like when we're trying to fix things that can't be fixed, they can only be accepted and grieved.
Right.
And there's not enough. I just was feeling as though there's not a place for grief in our world, in our society. There's no place for endings. There's no place for transitions. There's no... Sometimes bad things happen and they're just bad. Sometimes bad things happen and there's no cosmic purpose. There's no greater spiritual meaning. There's no sort of growth that sometimes there's just death and just grief. And who do you turn to when the problem you're facing isn't something that can be reframed or internally resolved?
Just two people that get up and walk away from their chairs that are right nearby, just kind of moving to an empty open space, like in 1912.
Yeah. They're like,
and Colin looks over and just looks at you. Well, I can understand that. That's difficult. I mean, I do not personally feel as if I do think there is personally space where you can be able to continue beyond with that. I don't think there's necessarily I don't know. I think it's tricky. But I mean, out of curiosity, like, what is it that you feel like you're going to be pursuing then if you're not working in, with psychology?
I was considering starting a different sort of practice.
What kind of business or practice?
Maybe grief coaching or end of life support. I hear there's an increasing demand for death doulas, especially in a growingly secular.
Sorry. It's water.
You hate it.
It seems like it's kind of coming, out of nowhere. But I mean, you seem to think about this for a bit, so I don't hate it. If it's something you're really set to, then
I've always known you to be someone logical and compassionate, and you're always able to resolve things, and you've always made things so clear for me, and you never give up. Not everyone is like you.
Well,
I think this is also the most emotional that he's ever really seen.
Oh,
Penny.
100%. It's like he's disarmed tremendously from actually having to understand how to approach this, because mostly your conversations have been educational.
Mm-hmm.
And from that kind of like pure kind of standpoint, even when you were like going to school together, he was always like locked in with those kind of conversations, even in the awkwardness of like emotionality and all that. But even in that space, you were always occupying a hundreds of year old person in a youthful body. This is you with that hundreds of years perspective for the first time since you have been a human. Mm-hmm. Or have been a vampire, like since that point, being emotional. And he looks at that and he doesn't know how to respond. You can tell he doesn't know how to. At least not in this space. But he then says, I don't know exactly what you're going to be doing in the future with this, but I can tell that this is not a coffee cake celebration. This is you finding a new space, and I think we should get an actual drink if you would like to actually do that. I think the tavern's right nearby. We can go walk over there.
Yeah.
Okay, and he finishes up his drink, and you, for the first time, never having to open yourself up to a blush of life, where there is more humanity to you, enjoy a foamy London fog, and then go over to the tavern, where Colin will buy you wine, buy you drinks, and again, where you do not need to open yourself up to that. But while you're at the tavern, I will just say, you go here to have a conversation with Colin, and you get a couple of eyes just kind of watching occasionally. Maybe one eye, maybe a second, just watching while they're at the tavern.
Do I recognize any of these eyes?
One of them is a man who had before escorted you guys to a booth before last time you were here. They're just watching. They're not approaching or anything.
Okay.
Do you enlist Colin to help you out with the role that you have to make for yourself here, or no?
I do. I say, I tell him sort of the plan moving forward, establishing my own practice, and really just there's an online certification program.
So you need me to help you fill out a certification to be a death doula?
Well, the certification is more just preliminary training on wills and end of life different processes.
Okay.
What I really might need your help with is finding clientele.
You want me to reach out and find people who are in need of support for that?
Just if you come across anyone who looks like they might be interested in hiring.
You know what I do. You know that I work in the fields of psychology. You think I'm going to be able to find people within that space and those spheres to know?
Well, just if you hear anything.
Any needs for a death doula?
Yeah.
Between academics and research papers.
Yeah. Or if you know someone who knows someone.
Okay, I'll try my best. I'll see what I can
you
do.
say no to that face?
I'll just see. So Colin has 2 dots in effectiveness. This is a very different field of request. So you're gonna roll 4 dice, not 5.
Okay.
And we're gonna see how effective Colin is at helping you with this death doulaship.
Hey.
To at least reach out to some clients. Let's go.
0 successes. They're all blank. Whoops.
So I think that the way that this works is you will occasionally text Colin and be like, hey, just following up. He just regular check-ins. He's like, hey, how's it going? And then he's like, and you're like, by the way, how's you hearing any good words out there? No response. Not even I'll get back to you. Just nothing. He doesn't know what to tell you. He cannot help you with this.
Sorry, no one's dying.
So in terms of that kind of connection, so I mean that route of the intelligence and technology is not working out. Do you want to approach the other method?
I could give it a try, but now that you've said that, I do have another idea.
Sure, because I will also say to you, what this is opening up you to isn't necessarily a job of income that is going to help you sustain your house. This is you finding a feeding pool.
Yes.
So that is what we're kind of looking at. But yes, propose the other idea.
I mean, I do know someone whose daughter is a nurse.
And I was going to ask, Declan, do you find yourself crossing paths with Penny at any point in this span of time?
Well, at one point,
Declan wants to go over to Penny's house.
Yes.
So it'll depend on if she's there or not.
Well, I'm going to tell you, she doesn't have any current things going on for her.
And Declan doesn't know what's happened. So I think actively Declan chooses to go a few days in and is like, all right, I think Penny should be at work around this time. Mm-hmm. So if I go early enough, I can get there before she gets home. And then I think we'll get there, and I'm assuming you are home because you don't have anywhere to go.
Yeah, you're gonna close, just put something in the door.
Can I say that you drive up and look, and you hear like a big thump and a big and you see Penny stagger out the side door of her garage and a wrench follows.
Yeah. Oh wait, you open up the garage?
Oh, is that gonna be bad if I do?
Well, we're gonna see. You're gonna be facing off this thing in the garage?
No, I think maybe she just quickly opened the door to be like, "Hey, can you get it?" And he's tucking a wrench, and she's like,
"Wrench
nope.
Goes right out."
So you just see Penny look in her garage. Someone throws a wrench at her, and she goes, "Nope."
I do need you to make a roll on this because I want it.
Okay, fantastic.
You and I are gonna roll. This
this
is gonna be a quickness. This is gonna be dexterity. Let's see here. It's gonna be dexterity, and I'm just gonna say it for the sake of it. You can choose survival or athletics to just beat this thing.
Okay.
Here, I'll tell you what you gotta beat. You gotta beat 2.
Okay. I also do have Cat's Grace.
Perfect.
Which is a celerity, which I don't have the card for, so I can't remember what it do.
I believe it's keeping your balance and everything like that, moving with your balance.
Perfect. So let us roll 2 dexterities. Oh! I got 3 successes!
You have 3 successes?
But on 2 hunger die.
Can I see them, please?
Yes.
See.
Yes.
1.
I got a
No, you got 2 successes.
Oh, I got 2 successes.
And it doesn't matter if it's again, hunger dice only matter with that kind of stuff if it is there. But you got 2 successes. You're good. Okay. So yeah, you're okay, just because wrench flies out, you catch the wrench, throw it back in, close the door, and then you, Declan, pull up to see Penny just
Yeah, I think I'm there. I saw the wrench go, and not expecting her to be home, full on headlights at the garage, just sitting in the car, not knowing what to do in this next moment.
The headlights catch Penny off guard. The door is still sort of rattling. She goes, "Ah, fuck!" And she trips, and she's wearing high heels because she always is wearing high heels. And she trips, and she falls backwards, and she hisses like a cat, and she's like, and then
yeah, you backwards and perfectly back on your feet.
Yeah, just ah.
All right, well, she saw me. I'll turn off the car and just kind of get on and be like, "Hey, how are you doing?"
Declan, hi.
What you got there?
A ghost.
Wait, fucking what?
I made some choices. And then she just fully locks it and is well, this is awkward.
Yeah. Why aren't you at work?
Oh, I don't work anymore.
You don't work anymore.
Maybe you should come inside.
Okay.
You guys go inside of Penny's house, where it's I was gonna say, for the sake of it, this place is weirdly meticulously more clean than usual, because not only are you just protruding your fang, you have more time in your hands and you've known what to do for a while.
Just stress cleaning, a ton of journaling. She's made a lot of notes for reanimating self and exploration of kindred behavior, cognition, and detachment in pursuit of wellness and psychological integration following the trauma of undeath.
Fantastic. Put your project head 1. Why
not? 5.
What's the new studies you gotten for yourself?
So the new studies is just It's just a lot of her own personal reflections, a little bit of like philosophy she's been like pondering, and then just like a whole bunch of pages that are just like really sad that are like, I died!
One page that's typed out that says like ghosts and then just scribbled out.
Ghost. Ghost.
Mistake.
There's no backspace on a typewriter.
You have to, it brings up the tape and it goes beep, beep. So anyways, she's also aware that like, oh right, like she almost forgot that she was avoiding Declan, and then as soon as like he's in her house and she looks and has a section, she's like, oh no, I was avoiding Declan too. But she's like, well, here we are. She's doing a new embracing the chaos thing, and she sort of looks at him and she's like, sorry, the place is such a mess. And it's clearly not a mess.
No problem. And I take the pillow that I always bring in and I put it on a couch and sit on it.
We haven't seen each other. Can I get you a drink? And you see her like walk and grabs a drink and like no rouse check or anything. And
no,
it's just a bubbly.
I have my own, thank you. So you don't work anymore. You have a ghost in your garage. You obviously have a lot of time on your hands, and you're just drinking mortal drinks now.
Great bubbly. It's amazing.
I guess that's fair. I guess that was not around when you could drink normally.
No, and it's so, you know what? I tried the other sodas. Have you ever had a Crush cream soda? The pink one?
Yes.
It's
actually not. It actually wasn't pink where I came from.
Wasn't pink? What
No.
was it? Where are you?
No, in the US it's actually just clear. It's not pink. Yeah.
That's bananas.
No, it's cream soda. Actually.
Have you ever heard an artist called Fergie? I've been listening to all this different music. Mm-hmm. It's Banas.
Yes.
Wait, is that Gwen Stefani?
It's Gwen Stefani.
Look, hey, I'm gonna level with you for a second, girl. I was alive in the 90s. I know all of this. I'm gonna say this. You are learning so much in a short period. We haven't seen each other in like less than a week. It's been less than a week since we've seen each other. A lot of information is coming into that head of yours. It's okay to mix up Gwen Stefani and Fergie.
Are they not the same person?
No,
I thought they were.
no.
But they're musical genres.
Yes, but Fergie has the humps. Gwen Stefani is the
cool.
hollaback girl.
It's the hollaback girl and cool.
One will fight you, one will fuck you. I understand
Yes.
now. I see the delineation.
One is still in the Black Eyed Peas. The other one is trying to sell weird Christian religious stuff on advertisements now.
How's that going for her? Because I'm looking to change careers.
So yeah, careers. Can we talk back about that?
Right. Sorry.
I'm making contact of Gwen Stefani.
Because I'm first gonna say, as your friend, I'm curious and possibly worried about you. As a person who actively was one of your patients, I thought that I know that things were weird there for a second, but I thought that I'd at least get a text message saying, hey, your coming up appointment has been canceled because your therapist is no longer practicing therapy.
I guess I do still have to deal with that. Sorry.
Have you told Roger Bailey?
No, I am...
Well, I will say this. Mm-hmm. You have actually made the processes of like letting other clients know. The one you haven't is Declan.
Is right here.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay.
Everyone else has though. And that was a big thing. It was like getting thing, but Declan is not notified.
Oh, okay.
At least not, you did not tell them and make a personal note to Declan.
I don't know how psychology works. You're like the ladies, the people, the receptionists. Do they work for the building or just for you? Are they out of a job too?
They were hired by myself. So as a private.
Well, they work at that particular. It's a place where it's like multiple different doctors worked at, like chiropractic, physiotherapy. You work in that same full space. However, like Lena specifically is practicing your same field, so it's personal connection to you. Sky not so much, but they work at the building.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yes.
It wasn't clear in my head whether it was like a primary care. Yeah. It sounds like it was okay.
You are the primary person for that space. They need to replace you and find someone to take on your client, listing of that. But that is like you are not responsible for the building and the business. That is just where you operated.
Perfect. So a lot of things happened that night. How's Keith? I didn't even think to ask.
I'm assuming that he's alive. Because his dad came and talked to me. He had the vengeance of 1,000 suns in him.
Yes.
And then I reminded him about parenthood and I snuffed it out.
Good.
So I'm hoping that he just, sometimes just having a present parent is what helps keep kids out of trouble. So I'm hoping that happens with whatever's going on with that kid. Yeah. I think he's. I mean, I don't think his arm's gonna be. He might have to get that amputated. I didn't ask about that part. I basically just said, "Hey, you don't have to pay me anymore because your son's arm almost got ripped out of its hinges."
Do you think they might need a grief counselor? I'm sorry. I'll answer your questions. I was enjoying the bit. How much do you know about blood bonds among kindred?
The closest that I might have ever seen is with Amanda, who is my Sawyer. But I don't think that was I don't think that was technically a blood bond. I think that was just her turning me into a kindred while I laid dying in the street. So I'm gonna say slim to nil.
All right. So, as I'm certain you figured out by now, my real name is not Penelope Potts. I was born Constance Burrows. Yeah. And I was set to be executed for witchcraft. I was not executed for witchcraft because my sire, whose name is Sebastian Bishop, never turn your back on a monster, disguised himself as a member of the clergy to give last rites to the prisoners before execution. The reason I was on trial for witchcraft is I was framed by a man named Gabriel. This is all important information, I swear.
No, that's fair. It's nice because when we started, I looked into you because that's what I do.
I assume.
I got all of the things that are in public knowledge. So I know about Constance Burrows. I know about going to be burned. It stops, but I was like, that's the same person. I saw the like old paintings, and I was like, this is not a Keanu Reeves and the Duke of Sussex kind of situation. This is the same person. And I figured that much. I then was able to find when you started practicing and all that. But this is nice connective tissue. Yes. It's also getting to the ghost. The way that I was framed for witchcraft is this man named Gabriel, who worked for Sebastian, came into town, and my family was kind enough to open our home to the weary traveler. He left a pouch of occult
doodads and bric-a-brac behind, and they said the witch was either me or my sister, and I was older, so I took the blame. So of course, Sebastian, as a clergyman, came in. Manipulation, radicalization. I was an easy target based on my fear and my rage, and I spent the next century and a bit as part of his coterie. He was under the belief that he had a mission to cleanse the earth of the human scum, and so it was very easy to radicalize women who had been falsely accused of crimes to see the rest of humanity as disgusting vermin.
He wants man to fall, takes the people who are treated poorly by man.
Exactly. That's beautiful. Is that from Batman?
I don't want to get into Batman.
Anyways, yes. Exactly. So,
Declan, I'm just going to say, you are now becoming very painfully aware that after, I don't know exactly how long you guys have been together, like maybe over years or something, speaking with each other, that this is the first time that Penny, Constance, has opened up to you the same way that you opened up before to her. And it's almost like this flood of information coming towards you. And again, as emotional as you've ever seen her before. Continue.
Oh, how the turntable.
Oh, how those tables turned around and then...
Just like my head, you spin me, right? Anyways.
That's from Fergie for sure.
I've been doing my research. So
it's actually not. That was from the 80s first, and then Flow Rida.
I know these things. I know.
Dead or Alive. I think that was the band.
Yes, it was Dead or Alive.
Yeah.
I know these things. It was actually for the wedding cigarette.
Anyways, one of the ways that Sebastian enforced compliance and obedience among the several women who are a part of his coterie is he formed a blood bond with them, which is when a vampire feeds off of a kindred post-turn. When that happens, facets of the individuals begin to merge. The banes, the obsessions. There's a nearly unbreakable, toxic inseparability.
Oh fuck! Okay.
That begins to form.
You started bonding with me because I had you feed because you were about to kill people.
Exactly. Which freaked me out for trauma reasons. But also, I started hearing Anna the way that you do.
Okay.
And so I was not in a good headspace that night, and I needed to get away. And so I got back home, and I was still hearing Anna, and I thought I just needed her to be here so I could speak to her, and I do have some occulted knowledge, and so one of the only ways you can break a blood bond is to go into torpor. So essentially, when I realized the extent of Sebastian's depravity and the extent to which I needed to get myself away from him, I took some steps. I disappeared. I went into torpor for 50 years, and I emerged a new person. And ping-ponged here and there, and eventually was able to build up my life as Penny Potts, as you know me now. So torpor is one of the only ways that a blood bond can be broken. So I wasn't certain if I was really hearing Anna or if it was a blood bond. So I did a little ritual. I did a little necromancy.
Did you summon the ghost in your garage?
I mean, technically I summoned the ghost in the backyard, but it's not Anna, is the thing.
I figured she wasn't much for throwing wrenches.
Well, I mean, that is a relief. I ended up summoning Gabriel.
The fuck who left the shit in your house?
Yes, I still have his baggie of shit that he left behind, and I didn't realize that was the binding fetter that connected his spirit to this plane of existence. Oops. And then I got mad at him, and he got mad at me, and now he's in my garage, and he won't leave, and he keeps throwing wrenches at me, so that's one problem.
I think actually you spoke about like 4 different problems in that little time.
Excellent. I'm glad it was so easy. I told you the exposition would be of good help.
Mm-hmm.
And so, on top of all of this was, as you know, the investigation by the Board of Psychology.
Did you get fired?
No, I quit. I realized that whatever this is, whatever this kindred life we live is, I'm not alive. I died. We died. We're dead. What right does a dead person have to try to influence the living? What right do I have to sit in front of these vulnerable, wounded humans and pretend that I know anything about their experience? I have my wounds. I have my scars. What I don't have is a future. And these people do. I'm 351 years old, and I'm counseling anxious teenagers who have lives, who are trying to develop skills so that they can exist in the human world. I'm not a human. I'm not. I'm something else. And her fangs go.
First of all, I will remind you, you weren't just talking to mortals. There might be some weird shit between us right now, but you also helped me. And yeah, I don't have a future either. I move my shirt and you can see the active stab wound from when I died. This got me before she did. If it wasn't for a random anarch kindred who happened upon me, well, technically I happened upon her, and then she happened upon me after. If she didn't do this, I would be dead, and I mean dead. Cass would have grown up with a single mom who ended up getting sick from a genetic disorder when Cass was not even a teenager yet. Yes. I'm a monster. I'm a freak of nature. I'm something unnatural beyond human comprehension. But because of that, my daughter didn't grow up an orphan. We're fucked up. again, you, as you just said, are someone who got taken advantage of, made into something that you never want to be again. Taking advantage of a true monster. And yet, you have done more human things in the last 30 minutes that I've been here than I have since I've changed, than I've ever seen Gertie do. I know that it's probably not true, but the one thing that I always kept in my mind, we still have a sliver of humanity. My one wish in this world was to walk in the sun with my daughter again. And everything I looked up, the only things I looked up about the kindred in my fucking 20-some years of being one is how to not be one anymore. And all there is are rumors and legends and lore about it. But that's what I went for. And you are a step closer to that legend than most people I've seen, bar the freaky musician who was shooting UV rays at himself a few weeks ago. But I don't know what's going on with any of us right now.
Nor do I. And I don't know what's going on in this city, and I don't know how to be a kindred. I just know that I have to stop pretending I'm a human. The mask is the mask, so I don't want to put either of us in a position where we're at risk of forming a blood bond, which means I need a better feeding source. Now, the type of prey I prefer is those who are already releasing life. Before that, when I was part of Sebastian's coterie, we were cleavers. So we would infiltrate homes, families, organizations, ingratiate ourselves, and feed from the inside. That's not a way I want to live. But I think I've found a career that would allow me to feed, at least, and stay more stable. Have you ever heard of a death doula?
I'm assuming it's kind of like a birth doula, but the opposite.
But for death, yeah. It's
so like there for people who are at the end of their lives and trying to like help them move on to the next step, basically.
I figured it's perfect. I've seen so much death. I've killed so many people.
I don't think that that's in the job description. But I think it might be slightly helpful.
Right, and I mean, I have spoken to ghosts, so I can at least give people comfort that there is the other side, because they're not vampires, at least.
Yeah, you at least know there's a hell.
I at least know there's a hell, and probably a heaven or something.
We hope.
We hope.
Neither of us are ever gonna know.
Right? I mean, there are ghosts, so there's got to be some sort of afterlife. So I can at least tell them that with certainty. But it's grief counseling, it's funeral arrangements, it's taking all my current skill set and just applying it to, instead of helping people live, I'm just helping people die. I'm just helping people die. And really, is there really something so wrong? Maybe if there had been an actual priest around to help me when I was supposed to die, maybe I would have actually died.
Just giving somebody the certainty of just being like, hey, so because of the actions that you did, you are going to hell, and I know that for a fact. I just want you to feel comforted knowing.
So you might want to call a priest. Yeah, you might want to ask for forgiveness.
Hey, I know you got maybe a few days left. Maybe figure this out.
Look, if you want last
I don't know about heaven, but I do know there is fire at the other end of this tunnel for you.
is fire, there is damnation, there is also soullessness. Be glad you get to experience that fire instead of being doomed to a purgatory of unlife. Now, having said that, I don't have a soul. I cannot perform your last rites. I will get you another human who does have a soul.
I'm like the midwife. I'm like helping with the process.
It's a transition. You're in a dark space and you will go
I can get the manager to get you there.
Let me get the manager.
It's actually above my pay grade.
I'm a non-medical professional. I cannot advise you on medical decisions. I am here to advocate for you and support you.
And as we know, going heaven, medical condition.
It's so good.
I never claimed to be St. Peter. I just know I can't tell you. You lived a good enough life that you didn't become a vampire, so you're doing pretty fucking good. Penny, throughout this conversation, when it kind of, like, when it turns lighter, like, she wanders back and forth to her kitchen a bunch, and she comes back with, like, a different flavored bubbly every time, and she ends up accumulating, like
a little, like,
there's
tower.
There's like Tower of 3 cans right now just stacked.
No.
there's just, like, and there's some that were, like, she opened it, like, she took a pineapple one, and she opened it and took a sip, and she was like, ew.
You're just trying bubbly.
Yeah, she's just trying different
Also,
bubblies.
it's bublé.
Bublés.
We are in Canada, and I am that person.
This is true.
It's like
bublés.
7 bublés.
And
3
like,
finished.
3 of them are finished. The other ones have like, some of them are like half done because she was like, pamplemousse.
All right.
Eat it.
I think that sounds like a good job change for you.
The only thing is death doulas are independent contractors, so I'll need to build up a client base. I hate to ask this of you, but if Cass comes across, I don't know if she is in the end of life wards or you know, she might be in pediatrics. Who's to say? Not me. So.
I can definitely pass word.
Sure.
I will tell you in like a couple days she's gonna be out of town for a few weeks.
Of course. I have some savings. It's not immediate, but
yes, I can pass word on to Cass and see. Or would you be alright if I gave her your contact info? If she finds anything, she can message you.
Yes, of course. I'm getting the certification now, and of course my prior schooling will be an asset, and it's just it's not the same licensing board, and it's, you know, again, it's just going to be such a relief not having to worry about the fragility of life, not having to worry that my darkness will damage someone else's psyche. At least with death, you really can't fuck it up.
No, I mean, you'd think so, but I pulled the shirt again for the stab wound.
Thanks for understanding.
Yeah, of course.
Sorry it's been so strange.
I know that this is a house. Could you point me in the direction of your washroom real quick?
Of course. And she goes before and she makes sure all the wards are like turned off.
Just that way then?
Yes.
All right, perfect.
Just down the hall.
I am going to go and watch, and once I'm out of eye line from her, I am going to immediately go to find where she sleeps. I'm looking for the bedroom.
Perfect. You go into the most haunting of places, wandering through, just kind of sneakily going. If you want to make a dex stealth check, I would be happy.
Sure.
Make a wits awareness check for me, please. For bathroom bedroom sneak.
Bathroom bedroom.
Wait a minute, he's not going to the bathroom.
Bed, bath, and sneaky bitches.
That's 3 successes.
Do you want to roll?
part of me is like, it'll be more interesting if I roll, and part of me is like, I feel like she's obsessed with this bubbly.
Perfect.
Yeah.
She's just really locked in on a blueberry and just drinking it. And you sneak up. You go to her bedroom. You find it. It's like this ancient, like elaborate kind of like.
I'm
Victorian-esque.
gonna look around the door frame and see if there's any of the like wards that she does all the stuff.
There is absolutely a ward right in her bedroom, like kind of like not in the frame itself, but in the bedroom itself. So it's just like.
Then I'm gonna be like, all right, and I'm going to take the note that I wrote, and I'm going to fold it into a paper airplane. And I'm going to try to throw it so it lands on her bed.
Got it. Just make a dex. Make a dex. What's playful? Make a dex craft check.
Very good.
Fuck yeah.
That is 2 successes.
Great. You kind of like bend up the bits of it in a really tight envelope, and it like spins around like one time and lands right, kind of like hits the corner of the bed and falls to the side.
I look and I'm like, it looks like she'll be able to see this when she walks in, and I'll turn around and go back to the living room.
Just in this Victorian room, like child's paper airplane.
Yeah.
You go back.
Yeah.
You walk back into the living room, and Penny has a lime bubbly, and her fangs are extended, and she goes right in the side of the aluminum, and shotguns a lime buble, and it kind of sprays on her, and she's like, ah!
This is a 400-year-old kindred.
351.
351. Shotguns a buble.
Yeah, and this is also the first time since we turned to kindred that she's been able to actually be herself. I think as I come out, I'm just gonna be like, all right. So one of the reasons I was coming here,
yes, of course,
is I wanted to let you know that I'm going to be busy for a little bit. So I'm not going to be able to be contacted just for a bit. Again, things have kind of been odd with the whole bond thing. Hopefully it helps with that. Hopefully like a little bit of distance can assist in that situation. But I wanted you, if you're alright with it, to just tell Gertie I'm sorry. And I guess, I don't know, good luck with her. I don't think I'm going to be seeing her before I head out, because pretty sure that her entire group wants me fucking dead.
Did it get that much worse after
yeah. No, you walked away, and I saw the look in Patty's eyes of not even wanting to acknowledge me because she didn't want to have any level of connection to someone that she may have to hurt or kill after.
And what about Cass? They don't know about Cass though.
Not specifically. I'm hoping that I did enough work throughout my life to keep that the way. But one of the big fox, the Nosferatu that's with them, I had just a conversation with him, and I mentioned having a daughter.
No.
Again, I've done everything that I have been able to in my life to not have the connection. I'm not on her birth certificate. Her last name is not the same as mine. But it's not nice, not good. So,
of course.
Yeah, again, she's going on a bit of a trip for a while, so I don't even want to bother her with it. I want her just to enjoy her time.
Of course.
Her birthday trip. But yeah, basically that's all I wanted to say.
Of course.
Hope your ghost problem sorts out.
Yes, I'm thinking I might need to seek out a specialist in Oblivion to help me remove that.
With a situation like that, who are you going to call?
Ghostbusters.
Yeah.
No, she says, Ghostbusters, like very solemnly.
Yeah.
1 and 2.
I was thinking more extreme Ghostbusters, the TV show, but
I might even see if there's someone on the Anarchs, or if I'm able to go to Elysium and maybe find someone who's willing to mentor me, or I don't know if there's any Oblivion specialists in the collar, but I'm happy to tell Gertie.
Yeah. Also, just be careful with all of them.
Yes.
The short time that I've actively had to interact with all those fucks, don't trust a single one of them.
Understood.
But you've been at this longer than I have. You're the elder in this situation. So...
The elder in this situation, she's got like a pop can tab like stuck in one of her fangs, and she's kind of like damp from the bubbly, but she nods like sagely. Yes.
If there's nothing else,
Ding, ding, ding.
I'll bid you adieu.
Thank you. And thank you for the inscription in the front of the occult book. It brought me back from the brink.
That's good, because after the whole blood bond thing, I was worried that was now that you said it, I was like, should I go and take that book back, because this could be a lot worse. But I'm glad it helped with something. Yeah, all right.
It reminded me that you're not him.
God, I hope not. Sounds like a fucking dick.
Yeah, he's literally the worst.
Yeah.
He's literally the worst. But anyways, I should let you go. I won't hold you up, and thank you. And we don't need to be concerned about keeping our acquaintance secret anymore. I don't have any psychology review boards, and I can help you find another psychologist, or if you need me. I mean, I feel like I've really blurred the lines between like patient, doctor, but I
sometimes friends enough.
Cheers. She picks up one of the bubblies and cheers.
I take the flask out of my...
It's pineapple.
It's pineapple, and she goes, bleh!
He will take the swig of the blood from his flask as I walk away. Once I get into the car, I'm going to text Cass and genuinely be like, hey, so my therapist isn't a therapist anymore. She's looking to go into job as a death doula. If you have any leads when you come back from your trip, this is her number. You can message her. Love you. Thanks.
Since you think, the fuck? And then sends you an emoji that I do not think registers on your phone.
Yeah,
it's a big old question. It's just a question mark, which works either way.
Yeah. And I'll just go, I love the question mark emojis you send me.
With this, I want to ask, when you go to your bed, do you see the letter? Or you see the paper airplane, I should say.
Yeah, paper airplane.
I think so. Yeah, I think it's pretty obvious.
Declan, for yourself, what are you going to be doing? Is there any final things that you're doing before you do what you need to do?
I think I go to Cass's. I knock to see if she's home.
No, she is.
And as she's there, I'm going to kind of go in and be like I told you, have some business I have to take care of. I just wanted to make sure, this is a dangerous city in general. Just wanted to make sure. I'm going to give you one of my firearms.
What?
Just for self-protection.
What are you talking about?
You don't have to use it. Just keep it under your bed.
Right? Which one?
I give her the Desert Eagle.
What the
and she doesn't know, but the only bullet loaded in it is the incendiary.
Well, she takes it
or it's one of the ones in there. And I just go, just in case. But yeah.
Okay. Right?
I love you.
Love you too.
And I really hope you have a fun trip.
Thank you.
I did look up the weather. It took me 40 minutes to figure out the weather app. but I did look it up, and it looks like the weather both places looks pretty nice.
Did it take you 40 minutes for the app, or 40 minutes to download the necessary updates and wait for them to go, Dad? Because the weather app is just simply, you open the weather app, you pick the spot.
Okay, I was trying to make it seem like you could be proud of me for phone stuff. I went on my desktop computer and looked into Google
Dad.
to be, what is the weather going to be like in Japan and
Dad.
New Zealand?
Dad.
But that's it. I have to get to work now.
You brought a desert eagle to my house. You could be honest with me, I think.
You're right. Yeah, I was starting to get the hang of this phone thing, but the apps are weird. One keeps popping up on my phone. It's like Tinder, and I don't understand it. It's like I keep getting rid of it, and then I come visit you. It's like it connects to your Wi-Fi.
Yeah, you don't have to worry about that one, Dad.
Okay, I won't.
Don't worry about Tinder ever.
All right, cool. Yeah.
Don't
but anyway,
ever.
have a good trip.
Thanks. Don't ever.
And I think as he leaves, he goes back to his place, puts the Bible and the holy water on the desk, and grabs the necessary things, puts them in the car, and he begins to do what he has to do, and he makes his way towards Boston.
By car or by plane?
By car, because it's actually a little bit safer because of the UV tinted windows, and he doesn't know where to keep his car for that long.
Because of the travel method, I am just going to have you make a roll for this, but while you are doing that, you get in the car to start a road trip for yourself. Putting yourself in kind of your own personal kind of form of exile. And leaving the city of Edmonton. Penny, you see a paper airplane by the side of your bed. You didn't make that paper airplane.
You don't even know how to make a
You
paper
don't even
airplane.
know how to make a paper airplane. You have zero crafting, I know.
Fascinating. So sweet.
But you open it up. And as you read that, I would have you, Declan, please make a roll here. The standard one, I think, is going to just be... The first one is, I think, going to just be... Well, I'm going to say make a intelligence and drive check. I think this just might be intelligence and drive. Maybe even adding some survival to it. We'll see how your trip is going to be for this.
Okay. Oh, that's not bad. That is... 2 critical not on hunger die.
Okay.
And then 1 success on hunger die.
That's fine. 1 success on the hunger is fine. So that's 5 successes.
Yeah. For
the trip. That's excellent. That is you're turning a very hard situation into something pretty easily for yourself. And finally, what I need you to do is going to be a combination of stuff, because this is going to be your feeding, this is going to be your conditions in terms of you sort of like being able to live through this, and leaving the city in a very tricky manner, trying to survive should the ways come about you. I need you to, you're going to make a survival check. I want you to pick the attribute that you most attribute to your ability to survive leaving the city.
I think that he's kind of going in like a, I'm going to figure it out as I go, and he's just going to try to rely on his wits.
Okay.
To go through this.
Wits and survival. Let's see what happens.
3 successes.
3 successes. Okay. I'm
Just
gonna roll
regular.
just a couple of dice here for 3 successes. Let's say, yeah, we're gonna do these dice because I think this is gonna be more important.
This is actually
Okay.
Hell yeah.
So I rolled 5 dice. 2 of them I'll let you know. I rolled 1 to represent a kindred activity, another one to represent werewolf activity. if anybody knows anything about Canada, we're crawling with werewolves. But
like no mummies. It's so weird.
No mummies and not really a lot of changelings. I mean, there's some Fae presence. I think there's some Fae presence. It's not coming up all the time.
Right?
We wish it was. It's not. The only success I had wasn't on a vampire die, wasn't on a werewolf die, on a standard die, which, as far as I'm reading it, is that the worst thing that you're ever having to try to survive is
the harsh road conditions of a Canadian November.
A Canadian November. The most terrified you ever are is driving late at night as snow is beginning to pile up. Like, get me to the motel, get me to the motel, get me to the motel, get me to the motel. Like, currently pushing yourself, you blood potency yourself to get your car going. Oh boy. But that's usually it. And if you have a letter, you are welcome to read it as well.
I just want to
say,
say,
as we flashed on these cold Canadian roads.
Penny absently grabbed a puppy as she went to put herself up to bed, and so she goes, "Oh, what's this?" And she puts Bubbly down on the nightstand, and she sits on her bed and opens the Bubbly. Puts it on the nightstand.
Oh, I thought you had two Bubblies for a moment. It's like, ooh, what's this? And you
she removed the empty Bubbly that was on the nightstand and then put a new one. And
late night Bubbly.
It's so buoyant. And so sometimes on death is worth living. What? Constance scribbled out. Penny scribbled out. My friend, I'm sorry for everything that's happened the last few weeks. I never meant to actually care for you or grieve. You or Gertie, let alone hurt you both. I know this is sudden, but I have to go away for a bit for your safety, but even more so for the safety of Stór. I'm sorry. I'll see you again soon, I hope. I'm truly sorry, Irish. P.S. Stór means my treasure. She's my blood and heart. Keep an eye on her, please.
And with that, you read the letter. Declan, you arrive safely in a motel. You set yourself up for the day, and you have comfort in knowing that you've sent off a farewell for a moment to your friends and to your loved ones. And hopefully, the voices in your head can be yours alone. And in that, your absence from YEG, from Edmonton, will bring safety to everyone as you remove yourself for a time from this chronicle. And that's where we're going to end our session tonight. So, wonderful. I will say this, Kordell is not leaving the campaign and leaving our chronicle, but Declan, for now, is going to be. You can give yourself back a willpower from your thing.
Now I'm again at full.
Yeah, that's right. But yeah, we'll go into the full things for experience points for all that. But yeah, it's been an awesome time having Declan be a part of all this. Yeah, and I don't know what else to really say. But yeah, thank you all so very much for joining us on this wonderful journey for yegVMP. We're going to be back again in about 2 weeks, and hopefully everybody's here. Because, tell you this, Monica, when Sami, you better reveal yourself to Sami right now. I'm just saying, I'm still waiting for a thing to happen. But yeah, thank you all so very much. And as always, remember, You're welcome. You're encouraged. And you're amazing. Take care, everybody. I kissed and I didn't. I did this and then I kissed. Anyway, that's it. Yeah, that's it. Bye.